Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys know, it's round 9 and 10, the final races of the Kenya National Championship. Things went okay this weekend, so let's get into the video. Today we're back at Whistling Morans for round 9 and round 10 of the Kenya National Championships. Right now we're just doing a bit of free practice. Nothing too good, but we really need to try out a new seat and new gloves during this time just to see how it is, because this race is effectively just testing for next year, since so many things like the sprocket, seat, gloves, there are just so many things in this race that are just being tested because we have no idea what they are. So we've arrived at the track. We've done a bit of unofficial practice and we've just finished our first session of official practice. It was okay. The pace is slowly starting to get back to where it was before. The seat feels okay, but otherwise just need to improve a little bit of my driving style. So see you guys in the next practice. Happy birthday to you. So immediately as Heat 1 starts, we've already got a few positions off the line. Now we're just trying to protect our positions and try go for a few more. So currently we are in P4. We just got overtaken for P3, and we're just trying to catch the guy in P3 and also protect P4 from P5. And over here you can see me make an overtake, and the guy in front that I was chasing make an overtake because number 10 had a mechanical issue. So we're just trying to stay in P3 and not lose the position, because a podium finish will really mean a lot for us. A podium finish will also help us in the final grid position to start off with, so that's why we're just trying to hold off the position. Heat 1 was quite good. We started 5th, made our way up into 3rd, then got overtaken. So we dropped back 1 position to 4th. Then because of someone else's kart not going very quickly, we managed to get back up to 3rd, but I feel like at the end I could have maybe got 2nd. So for Heat 2 we're gonna try get 2nd. Hopefully we get a good position so that we can start well for the finals. So in Heat 2 we are starting dead last. Actually, in the first 3 corners I made up 1 position, but got hit from the back and had to gave the position back, of course, because if you get hit there's nothing else you can do. So we've currently got 6th position, and we're just trying to catch up and try get a higher position. Right now we're in 6th, just catching and waiting for other people to make mistakes so that we can catch up to them and overtake them. As you can see, this lap we're a lot closer to number 26 than the last lap, and we're just trying to overtake them and hopefully do a clean race and get up to a decent position so that our final positions isn't hurt, so that in the finals where the points really are counted, then we can get loads of points. And over here I pull alongside and try make the move. It doesn't happen on the straight, but just catching every lap. We're just trying to catch him. So actually we did take him, and on this lap a very big incident happened. Heat 2 was okay. I started last, but then on the third corner I got hit, so that compromised it a bit. But I made my way up into P4, well P5, and then over on the last corner I basically ran out of road, and then I pushed one of my teammates off, and then but there was nothing really that it was, I think, a racing incident. But we finished the race in P4, and let's just see how the Heat 3 goes, because we're starting in second.
In Heat 3, we lost one position at the start, and I'm currently in third. We are just trying to protect for fourth position, but ultimately I think we do lose out, and we do get overtaken into fourth, but we just get so many issues and problems that at the end of the race we are so far behind of them. Like, there was so much air coming into the fuel line, which really didn't get the engine to where it was supposed to be, and on straights and everywhere it felt like the kart was slowing down. But ultimately we finished in P3, which was, I felt, a decent position, not where I think we'd want to be, but we were just trying to minimize the damage, and hopefully after finishing this race in P4 that we have got pretty much a good starting position. I'm thinking that we're going to start in P4 for the finals, which is not the best but not the worst to start for the finals, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Now it's the finals, the most important part of the whole day that we've all been waiting for. We started in P4, held up P4, but again, even though we tried to fix the air in the fuel line issue, we still had that issue. As you can see, this is the lap that we discovered that we did have the issue, because before this I think I was running pretty much okay, but on this lap is the lap that it just all went. On the straights and even going in and out of corners, I felt in the kart that there was no power. On the data it looked different, but it felt like there was issues. So I tried to tell my dad and mechanic, but there was really nothing we could do. At the end, my dad was trying to support me, and I thought that meant shake the tube. So after a few laps, actually, I did try shake the tube, and it did help. It helped catch up at the end, but ultimately, the finals, we really didn't have a kart worthy of like its true potential. I felt if we didn't have this issue, we could have definitely easily got there, because at the end I think we caught up almost like 5-6 seconds to the guy in third. But I think we could have easily got third, possibly even challenged for second, but we just had this issue. And actually after the finals for tomorrow, we changed the carb and we completely removed it, and we're gonna clean it out and just put it back on, see if it helps. Hopefully it should help, because I mean, probably it might be dirty because of the dust and sand that we might have got in the kart, so hopefully it just helps clean out the carb, and tomorrow we'll have a much better opportunity, hopefully, to fight and challenge for podiums, and just challenge for good positions tomorrow. But right now it's just damage limitation and try not lose this fourth place, hold on to it, and this is really the best I think we could have done today, because there's no chance in me catching to third, even after me shaking this tube and after catching those 6 seconds. He was still really far up the road, and if you look after at the end, yes, it was close, but I think to get close to him and overtake him would have been really difficult. So I think fourth was the best we could do today, and I think we brought it home. We had a decent day, but really I was disappointed, so I didn't have any footage from track that I could show you. At the end of the day, we got P4 and met former GP3 driver Jeremy Wahome. The engine was running fine for Sunday practice. So right now it's just a warm-up or formation lap that we just do to warm up our tires and get ready for the heat, the rolling start. But if you guys aren't already, please subscribe. It really means a lot to me if you would. And as the more subscribers we get, the higher chance I get to do karting for longer and get to make these videos for you guys. So please subscribe if you haven't already. So we're just going through the lap. We're all bunched up together, and right about already right now you're gonna start accelerating out of the last corner and get to the rolling start. So we're currently starting third on the grid, and our aim ideally is to try get into second, and we have actually already cleared our way. We've got into second and just carrying it through, making sure no one goes up the inside through turn 3 or 4. There's a bit of smoke and a few drivers did go off, but we luckily at the front were safe, and you can just see we come out in second place and are trying to catch up to first. So the way that the format in Kenya works is we have unofficial practice, then official practice, then heat 1, heat 2, heat 3, and then we have final. So heat 1, heat 2, heat 3 are all random grids, and that determine the final. So over here we're just trying to catch every lap again, just trying to see where the other driver makes a mistake, and actually we have taken him. So just as I was saying, is we've taken him, and now it's really no longer about attacking. It's no longer about trying to get the best lap time. It's more about defending and making sure he doesn't get the place back, because I find it a lot easier to defend than it is to attack. So if we hold this position and try to make a gap to him, then hopefully this actually might come home and be our first race win ever. I know it's not the finals, but it's the heats, and if this does happen, we will have a very good shot of starting on the front row of the grid for the finals. So just trying to bring it in and make sure that car number 26 doesn't overtake me, and you can see we're slowly starting to build a gap to him, just waiting for the final lap and the checkered flag to be worn, and it is our first race win here, and that is a very, very good race, brilliant, and this will put us in such a good position for next year and the finals. So it's really a very, very, very good job from us, the team, everyone. The fact that we were able to hold him off and get our first win was absolutely amazing.
Heat 1 was very good. Our times were pretty good. They were consistent, and they were quite good as well. And then we managed to get the overtake from P2 to P1, and we carried out our first win. Really happy about that. Now let's try get that in the finals, and Heat 2 and Heat 3 of course.
So after that amazing win in Heat 1, we're just trying to replicate that or do well enough to get either P1 or P2 in the finals. And you can see we've already got up into P3 after starting 5th on the grid, and just catching every lap to the guy in front of us. As you can see, actually there's a bit of a gap this lap as we made a bit of contact with him, and also a few other drivers, but we were able to hold them off and just trying to catch closer and closer. And we're just catching, making that gap smaller if we can, and trying to take him, because a P2 will be very good. So at the end we did get P2 due to a mechanical issue from kart number 10, and he retired from the race, but we did get P1 and P2, which was really good. Actually in heat 3 we started in 7th, made our way all the way up into 1st, and we're just now trying to defend. It was a really good start, and just having so many crazy things happening during the first few laps, and we're actually in 1st and just trying to protect. After just getting our 1st win today, can we get a 2nd win? And we're just trying to hold off the guy in P2 and P3. They're very close to us, and we just need to hold them off and make sure they don't overtake us. So you can actually see the guy in P2 and the guy in P3 swapped, and me and the guy in P2 have just made a decent gap, and actually we go off a little bit wide, and that has cost us quite a lot. It has cost us the race victory over here, but we're just trying to catch up. Maybe we can somehow small the gap and maybe get a 2nd win, but chances aren't looking too good after making that very, very, very crucial mistake. Just going a centimeter or inch wide, which just cost us so much. It cost us the race win. So disappointing, but we're just trying now to close the gap and hopefully get maybe P2. Hopefully that means we'll start in P2, I would think, or P1. But actually we do get P1, even though we didn't get on track. The guy in P1 was disqualified. So after starting in 1st for the finals, we held our position, and now just trying to protect from Shane, our own teammate. He actually does get us on the straight, but through 10-2 and 10-3 I overtake him back. He overtakes me on this straight though, on the pass straight, and now it's no longer, well, it is a matter of trying to get 1st, but as you can see the guy in P3 is catching rapidly, and he is catching us very, very quickly, and it would be very disappointing not to get the P2 after all of the work that we've done. So I stopped actually pushing to get the race win, and actually I started defending a little bit, because over the next few laps you'll just see that the guy in P3 makes a load of moves down the inside, and you can just see the gap that is from me to Shane. It's crazy. He pulled away so quickly after literally overtaking us 1 or 2 laps before. So as I was saying, that the guy in 3rd is going to start overtaking, and over here you can see he sends it up the inside, and we have to let it through, but we overtake him back, and on the next lap he's also very, very close to us. And will he send it up the inside this time, or will we manage to protect? So we don't go fully to the outside, we're on a semi-protective line, but actually he's so much quicker on the straights, and he does send it up the inside for the 2nd time, but we've got him back through 10-2 and 10-3 and 10-4 and 10-5 the straight, and now I've no longer thought about getting P1. Now it's just a matter of holding position and trying to bring back the P2. So you can see this lap we've gone completely to the inside defending completely, and he has no chance of sending it up the inside there. And actually we do start to create a gap, and on the, so now the last lap board is waved. I thought in my head that we were still very close, so I still thought like about defending on the main straight, not on the straight though. So I've held the position of P2, we've protected it from P3, and do actually manage to get P2 in the race. You can see Shane's last race in 60, and next year hopefully we'll get a few wins and maybe try challenge for the championship. So you can see Shane's last win, and we come in P2 at the checkered flag. So this was a really good result for the team. P1 and P2 again after getting it last time in Whistling. Just saying congratulations, and the podium was very good. And after the podium we took a few pictures and had an amazing celebration. So hope you guys enjoy it.